Hello, the internet. It is Friday, the 30th of July, 2021, and welcome back to the channel. And welcome back to day 30 of July. What is July? Let me tell you. Take the word July. Take the word live. Smash them together. And you get the word July. Front and end. July. That's where the word comes from. What the hell is it? Pretty simple. It's where I go live every day in the month of July, right here on the tubes of you. Now, I know you're going to say it. Dude, you already do daily live streams on DLive. What is this madness? Are you doing 2 streams? Yeah. For this month, I've done 2 streams. One here on YouTube in the morning and one in the evening on DLive. And today being the 30th of the month, any other month, it'd be the end of the month, but it's not. In July, there's one extra day. So tomorrow will be the 31st, and that will be the end of July. And then you'll only be able to catch me on DLive. So if you are interested, I've just put a little linky poo in the chisel chat. Follow me on DLive. That's where you can find me on the machines of D. Today, there is no real topic. I see the comment from Patrick. I'll address the chisel chat in a second, but there is no real topic. The idea is just to have a chat with you guys. Just come out here, nothing planned, just have a conversation. I got a few topic starters. I got a few things I want to tell you, but nothing really planned, just to have a chat. That's the beautiful thing about live streaming. We got a chat. Let me read the chisel chat. I began with hello the internet. Then I said smash that like button, and holy crab apples, we've got 13 upvotes. Upvotes? I was going to say up likes, and I said up vikes. We've got 13 up vikes versus 2 down vikes. And I think that's a good ratio of vikes and likes and votes at the same time. 13 plays 2, and there's 8 watching. That is a real good number. 8 watching, yet more up vikes than down vikes. So I really appreciate all of you who've up viked me. Love a good up Viking. Up Viking? Did we just come up with a new phrase? Viking's a word though. Up Viking. I love a good up Viking. In the chat, Mrs. Charles 64. Hiya. Good morning, Mrs. Charles. How you doing? Patrick Murphy. Been a while. Hope all is good with you, Ozman. Thank you, Patrick. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Patrick Murphy. Patrick becomes? Forgive my memory. It's been a while, as you've said. Patrick Murphy. Patrick becomes a surfer. Is that Patrick? I might have got that wrong. Swedish? Right? Have I got that wrong? Am I missing that up? Missing that up? Messing that up. Blop Jones. G'day. Cheers. G'day, Blopski. How you doing, man? Good to see you, Blopskis. What's the session? Yeah, so that's the session. TKK 9090. What? TKK. How you doing over here on the tubes of you? Nice to see you, man. And Mindy. Mindy. Hello, Mindy. How you doing, Mindy? Rodrigo Bertatoli. Hello, Rodrigo. How you going, man? That's the chat. Let's get it on screen so we can all play along together. Hey, can you notice anything different? Anything different here? Not so much just aesthetically, but I don't know, technically. Anything slightly different? Oh wait, I'll tell you what. Let me show you. When we cut back to here, is anything looking? Okay, I won't let you stumble and try to guess. I'm broadcasting 1080 60 frames a second, and we have dropped 0 of those frames. I know my internet can sustain 60, and 60 is better for waving it in the air like you just don't care, right? It's a smoother motion. If you think about every second, you're seeing 60 frames of me instead of 30. That's double the frames. So therefore, it should be a smoother progression when I go from left to right and right to left and out to in. It should be smoother, right? In fact, if you were gaming, this would be your base frame rate. You wouldn't go lower, but I don't game. So I've always thought, well, 30 is fine, right? I don't need anything faster than 30. Why am I trying 60? Why not? I might even try 120 just for sheets and giggles. I might. I don't know. I haven't. Let's not get crazy. You're the Irish lad. It's been a year since you've been here. Patrick says, clean a room. Actually, dude, Can I fess up here? I haven't cleaned my room this week. I know, shush. Don't tell the hotel maids. I haven't cleaned it. I normally vacuum here on a Monday, and it's Friday. I haven't done it. So it's not cleaner, it's dirtier. I always had a question. What do you do for a living? Rodrigo, photography. That's what I do or that's what I did for a living. So smooth, Mindy. Silk smooth. Yeah. Yes, but photography, funnily, and you know what? Far out, dude. You wouldn't believe this, Rodrigo. Dude, I just sold a photo this morning, which hasn't happened in quite a while. If anybody follows me on Facebook, personal Facebook, I just sold the whale photo that I posted. And there's a potential second sale coming as well. So, yeah, I do photography for a living. But I tell you what, in the last 3 years, I've gone hardcore for social media, for YouTube mainly, and then a bunch of other places as well. But I've done less and less photography. In fact, the last actual photo gig that I had, what is it now? 2021. It would have been. Oh, it was definitely before COVID. So my last paid photo gig was 2019. Oh wow. It might have even been 2018 because COVID popped off in March 2019, didn't it? March. Or was it the end? Did COVID start in end of 2019 or beginning? If it was, it can't. No, it must have been the end of 2019 because I reckon my last set of photo shoots. And by the way, I'm still waiting on one confirmation for some work. Do you remember the story when that company dropped my lens at the? I was at a gig in Canberra, and the function, not the people I was working for, but the function knocked over my 70 to 200 and broke it. And as part of the replacement payment, which they paid, I had to cover $300 of it. And then they said, we're going to get rid of our photographer and we're going to employ you on all of our corporate shoots. And I was like, yeah, that's a solid gig. Like, this is a government gig. Yeah. And then COVID hit, and I've still been emailing them saying, just keeping in touch here, just so that we don't lose our connectivity. As soon as COVID's over, you're going to be starting up your events, right? And I'm the guy. Oh, yeah. But it's now been 2 years, and I think I might have lost that gig due to COVID. But yeah, I'll show. You know what I'll do? I'm going to show you the image. I got it right here in preview. Check this out. This is the image I've just sold this morning. So that's going to make it larger. Can't make it full screen. This is a whale that's been sitting off the front, just here, right at the front, for the last 5 days. I mean, I shot this on Thursday last week, so over a week now. So this whale and its calf have been here for over a week now, just hanging. And by the way, for those that don't know, that section is quite literally just out my door and over the front. Like, I have a beach right there. And so where that whale is sitting, I sit there waiting for waves. So it's in the lineup. I mean, it's a tiny day there. The surf was like not even a foot, but it's just amazing that the whale was hanging out that close to shore. And I posted that on Facebook. I literally just posted a screenshot of it. And I've had 2 separate people say, how can I buy it? Yeah, and one of them, I'm not going to mention names, but one of the persons is pretty... One of the persons who bought it, one of the people who bought it, on gifting it as a gift to somebody who actually has, among other things, a surf company. No crap, they've got a surfing brand. He's a surfer and a guitarist. And I'm pretty chuffed that they're going to have a massive print of the whale at Culburra Beach in their either office or wherever they choose to hang it. I said to the guy who bought it, I said, as long as you tell this gentleman you're gifting it to that it's from Culburra Beach where I surf, like in that section, like in that spot where that whale is, I would normally be surfing. And I reckon he'll get a kick out of that. It's like, oh, dude, it's so close to the shore. All right, so let's continue. What's up, Gibbs and Givers? Yo, Charles. And you got the Mrs. and Charles in the house. How you doing? Nice to see you. Stella Beth. Stella Bethski. How you doing, Stella? Nice to see you too. There's a little cheers for you. Hello. Aero Gamer. Dougski. Hello, Dougski. How are you doing? Out down there in Victoria. Out of lockdown, right? Wait. South Australia's out of lockdown. We're not. Let's also be aware of not mentioning the C word too often for fear of demonetization. But we're on a lockdown now until the 28th of August, which coincidentally is the birthday of my YouTube channel, 28th of August. And I normally go somewhere to shoot a video. This year, the 6th year in a row where I would normally be sitting on this one rock shooting a video, may not happen because of the C word. And the other two words, LD, lockdown. Patrick, I've been lost in my bad life world past year, but on a new life change. Oh, crikey. Patrick, anything you want to share? I mean, you don't have to, obviously, but if we can help you in any way, a bad life world. I mean, I've been there plenty of times, dude. I know I'm going to hazard a guess and say it might involve another person. I hate it, man. I know what it's like. And if we can help you in any way, that's what this is for. Just a friendly chisel chat. Get things off your chest. Hello, Aero, says Mindy. Aero Gamer, the AC/DC photo from Adelaide Oval is amazing. Thank you, man. That photo I've sold as well. Now, what Aero Gamer or Dougski is referring to is I photographed AC/DC performing in Adelaide back in, I'm going to say 2010, or was it 2011? Either way, it was many, many moons ago. And the interesting thing about shooting that show was that they had very specific photographic requirements. And so you had to pick a side that you wanted to choose to shoot from. And I was the only photographer out of, I think actually there would have been a whole bunch there because it was a big, big show. Normally in Adelaide, the photographic scene is pretty small when it's just local pub bands, but when it's Aka Daka, everybody comes out to photograph. So there probably would have been 20 or so photographers. And I was the only one that chose the further side. And the reason I chose the further side was because they had a catwalk down the center. And I figured as soon as someone comes up the catwalk, I'll be able to get a shot with the cathedral, which is very North Adelaide North. Oh man, it's been so long since I've been there. North Terrace. No. What's the cathedral called? Dude, how long have I not been in Adelaide for? It's North Adelaide. I'm drawing a blank. I can't remember the name of the cathedral, but it's a famous landmark. And I figured if I get someone on the catwalk, I don't care who, I'll be able to get the cathedral in the shot as well. And no one else got that shot. I sold that a bunch of times, actually. What kind of photography? Weddings, nature, people? So I haven't done any nature because I suck, but I definitely shoot people. Mainly when I was shooting, mainly glamour. So naked ladies. Did a lot of weddings back in the day. Probably wouldn't do weddings again if I was offered. In fact, I was offered sort of recently and I declined it. So COVID hit in February 2020. No, COVID hit in 19. That's why it was called COVID-19. 20. Oh, we keep saying the word. Sorry, YouTube. I said the C word. Bugger. It's all downhill now. Might as well cuss as well. Fuck, shit, fuck. Let's not cuss too much, but you can't say that word. It's gonna, not the F word. You can say that, but as soon as you start saying the C word, all kinds of things go wrong. Dang it. TKK, I have to say it's cool going through your artist directory on your website and seeing all the different band names. Thank you, man. Thank you for that. Appreciate you that. Let me show you what that's all about. If we go over here, and I'll put this in the chisel chat. If you go to bjwok.com, which is my initials, Benon Julius William Otto Kirpsch.com, you come to my website. This is the current standing of my website, but if you do scroll down to, I've got to change my Gives a Minute logo to my new version. If you scroll down to full list of bands, this pops up a new page, And on this page, there's an alphabetized listing of every band I've shot. They're the bands that begin with A. I'll actually just grab that link and give it to you guys in the Chisel chat. There's that list. And if you then go and click B, it changes it to all the bands that begin with B, etc. And then you can follow suit through the alphabet. I think the largest letter is S, I think, or T. These are literally all the bands I've ever shot, starting with the letter S. But you can parade that on your own leisure time. Patrick, starting up a new blog and a little work to do on it, but I hope to share with all soon. What's on your mind, man? I will ask all to ask a question, then I'll pop off replies. Oh, that's what you're going to do on your blog? Hey, man. That's my idea. I'm just kidding. You can take it. It's not like it's a universally it's not like it's a universally new idea. I normally have I guess I have had a discussion thread. I talked about 1080-60. I talked about my whale photo. But last night when I see the difference with doing live daily on YouTube. And I don't even know if you have to do this, but it sort of seems better to put up a thumbnail, like a stream starting in 8 hours kind of thing, and get it ready and get the description and all that stuff. Whereas daily on DLive, you don't have to do this, but I change the thumbnail every day, and then you just hit go live and you're off. Whereas on YouTube, it seems a little more pre-planned. Like you got to go into the studio and set up a new stream using the existing stream layout and the existing stream key and all that stuff. Whereas on DLive and other streaming platforms, you just literally, on the stream deck, you just press go and you're off, you're live. Whereas YouTube's a little more, like I got to pop out the chat and copy the chat little unique identifier and pop that into OBS. Whereas, on DLive, the chat just comes through the same place every day. I don't know, it's a little more cumbersome. Awesome picture. Don't you like beer, Rodrigo? Don't I? Of course I do. In fact, I just put beers in the fridge when I woke up this morning for later on today. I have got the nicest homebrew beer. Oh my Lord. I want to show you. Let me show you what I've done with this beer as opposed to what I normally do with homebrew. But I got to get it. It's behind me. Well, not the brew, but the ingredients. Let me show you. I'm just going to get it, okay? You stay right there. All right, so I don't mind talking about homebrew beerskis. So normally with a brew, you put what they call the wort, W-O-R-T. It's called a wort or a wort. Now, this is not the one that I've used, but this is an example of what a wort looks like. You open it up, and it's got like a liquid, like a malty, sugary, flavory, and you pour that into the fermenter. The fermenter's a 40-liter container. That's the flavor of the beer, not the one I've made, but that's an example. Then you typically add sugar, yeast, and water. And you let that sit, and bam, after 2 weeks, a lot of fermenting, blah, 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 a lot of bubbling. The sugar eats the yeast, does a massive poo, and that poo is alcohol. It's not quite how it happens, but that's the science. The sugar eats the yeast or consumes the yeast, turns it into alcohol. Then you take that fermenter, 40 liters, and you start putting it into bottles. In the bottle, you also put a little sugar. That gives that's the carbonization, whereas the sugar inside the fermenter is what's needed to make the alcohol. The extra sugar in the bottle gives you that fizz. So then you fill the bottles up with the beer, put a cap on, and then you wait a month, minimum, 4 weeks minimum. After then, you got 30 long necks of homebrew beer, all for you, ready to consume. Put it in the fridge, bam, pop it open later on in the evening, and off you go. You've made beer, and well done, congratulations. Thing with homebrew is, you don't have to use sugar. In this instance, I didn't use sugar. I used this thing, which is called Beer Improver. Now, first of all, homebrew beer is pretty dang good without an improver, but if this is going to improve it, hell yeah. And as you can see, it's got coloring in here, like strange mix of... So this is basically a refined sugar, like a dextrose, a refined version of sugar. Now, I used one of these and one of these, and I didn't put any sugar in. I just used this. I also put in one of these. This is a malt extract. So in effect, that's what that is as well. But this is specific. This one will make beer, whereas this one will just be a malt flavor. So I added one of these to one of these, and I added one of these, and oh my lord, we opened one on the weekend, last weekend, and definitely the best brew I've made. In fact, so good that I'm never going to make a brew without using at least Beer Improver again. I'm not going back to sugars. I'm using this. And you might say, but that's a little expensive, dude. The idea behind home brew is to make cheap beer, because beer, alcohol in this country is expensive. Australia just goes, oh, you want to buy a whiskey? Bend over. We're going to take what we want from you. It's expensive, right? So if you can make your own beer at least, then you can offset some of the costs, because I like whiskey as well. I like all the things. So you make beer and it's a little cheaper, then you can spend a little more on the whiskey. Speaking of whiskey, I do have Jack Daniels sending me some. This is a first for me. I do have news. I forgot about this news. So I have a contact at Jack Daniels. She is the global brand ambassador for Jack Daniels, or Brown-Forman. And I've been in discussions with her for longer than COVID. So we're talking onto the 4-year mark now. I have received products from her once before. She did send me the double ginger. So the Jack and ginger premix. So she specializes in the RTD section. So premix. Well, yeah. So you guys call it hard lemonade, hard mixes. So she had sent me before some Jack Daniels released Jack and Dry, but they released it as a double, so a more alcohol. And she did send me those to review and get it onto YouTube. So the idea is that she sends me product and I'm the first one to have it, and therefore it gets on YouTube, and therefore there's promotion for Jack Daniels for the new product. There's 2 new products coming to Australia in the RTD field. They're not out yet, but they should be here Monday for me. And I'm pretty excited for that. I'm pretty excited to grow that connection through Jack Daniels, and maybe, hopefully, they will then promote my videos, and that will trip up the algorithm to then grab all of my Jack Daniels content, because I got a lot of it. Back up, beep, 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 beep. Awesome pictures, don't you like beer? We are out of lockdown, whoa, LD, but masks are mandatory indoor and out in Victoria. Right, Arrow, gotcha. Patrick went through a breakup and a bad job, but on a new road. Dude, Patrick, I feel you, man. I feel you. I've done it. Yeah. Best of luck, says Mrs. Charles. Never give up. Hang in there, Patrick. Yeah. Edgar FM. Play some Whitney Houston? Patrick, thanks, guys. In a good place right now and back in my writing buzz. My new lady loves my poetry. New me, positive me, and on to the future. You've already got a new woozer? Okay. I mean, congrats. There's nothing like getting over something by jumping right into another one. That's for certain. You lead the way, lad, and we followed. It's to help my mates and others open up and not feel lost with no one to talk to. Ah, yeah, that's nice. Still promoting JD. Yeah, for sure, man. They sent me over the chili bottle to try before sent to Ireland. They sent me over the chili bottle. You mean this? You mean this? Jack Fire? Is that what you mean? Tennessee Fire? Hang on, Patrick. Who sent you that? Who sent? Are you? What? Back up a little. Beep, beep, beep. Are you getting Jack Daniels products sent to you by Jack Daniels? What? I've been trying to negotiate this for nearly 5 years, dude. What are you talking about? How'd you do that? Damn it! Now you're stealing my blog ideas as well. What? Damn it! Do you hear this? Can we get a referee over here? We need a video ref here. So Patrick, so hang on. So Jack Daniels, Brown-Forman, sent you. Well, hang on. Are you reviewing Jack Daniels? Like, where can I see your work? What have I missed here? Let me. Let me grab your handle. Let me visit your channel. Put user in timeout? No. I'm an Irish man, dude. I know you're an Irish man, but but how do you... Oh wow, I can't go visit channel. That's weird. I thought you could visit channel. That's DLive. Whoopsie. Okay, well I wanted to find you. So where are you putting these reviews, man? How do we see your Jack reviews? I mean, it's funny. I'm an Irish, so therefore whiskey and I, it's like we were born drinking whiskey. Of course they send us whiskey. So what did you think, dude? What did you think of this? I think this is rad. In fact, I got some left over that I'm going to be having tonight. By the way, little heads up, if you have this bottle of Tennessee Fire, and this is the current label, but if you have the label that's got black font, that's the old bottle. That's a collector's item. This is the new bottle. White font on a red label. New bottle. Do I have the old bottle here? I don't. I do not. But there is an older one with black font. On the quiet, for a bar, I drink in a Galway. In Galway. So you didn't make a review of it. You just tried it. Gotcha. Play some Whitney Houston. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say to that comment. Play some Whitney Houston. But I will tell you this, folks. As of now, this has been a successful stream at 60. We have dropped 216 frames. So what's that? 60, 120, 180. That's less than 4 seconds of frameage of this entire stream, which is actually 0.2% we have dropped. But that's pretty rad. Tomorrow is the penultimate? No, tomorrow's the conclusion of July, and consequently the conclusion of July for 2021. I do have an idea of something I want to do tomorrow. So tomorrow, by the way, is an opening. We're going to open that bottle of Jack. That's a fact. This is a coinkydink, right? It's every 10 streams on YouTube that we open up a special bottle of Jack. And tomorrow happens to be a 10th stream and the last day of July. So I've got an idea. I'm on their list from when I lived in Boston, and they've sent me stuff over the years. Interesting. Yeah, okay. So you're not reviewing it. You're just on their list. Cool. Oh, you're a squire. You must be a Jack Daniel's squire. Okay, cool. By the way, I haven't had any sip of my water. I've just been yip-yapping to you guys without replenishing my sore, dry mouth. That is tasty. Yeah, so tomorrow on the stream, Jack Daniel's special bottle opening. Anybody have any idea what that Jack is behind me? Got any idea? It's never been there before. It's a special bottle of Jack. We're opening it tomorrow on the stream, and it's the end of July. Consequently, the end of July. I've got a great idea that I want to do tomorrow. Or not a great idea. I've got an idea of something I want to do tomorrow on the stream. So if you're interested in seeing me drink whiskey in the morning from that bottle, and you're also interested to see how this July wraps itself up, come on downtown to YouTube on the morrow, and I'll be here with you. Now, at this point, I want to say thanks for all the upvotes. Thanks for being here with me. And I'll see you yahoos tomorrow for the end of July. Yeah!